It's summertime and your children want to swim and have fun in a public or private pool. Before your next pool visit, take a moment to review poolside safety tips and tools. Push Pause invites both Bobby Hazen from the Long Island Drowning Prevention Task Force and Ron Villano, licensed psychotherapist and author of The Zing, to the program.
Kids are in the pool, parents are watching the kids, they have people watching the kids, and yet you hear these stories that I don't know how my child drowned in the pool. I mean, you know, I'm sure you hear some of these things. What got you to all of a sudden say, I need to do something about this?
Well, that's really what got me to do it, is that, you know, these kinds of things don't need to happen. I mean, drownings on Long Island have gone up each and every year. We're surrounded by water. There's a lot more people that have pools. So if we can get the parents and the caregivers the proper information that they need to be able to help keep these kids safer every summer, these tragedies will not happen. Right now, it's one of the leading causes of death in children between the ages of 1 and 4 on Long Island. Whether it's an accidental drowning or injury, people don't realize that it doesn't have to be a death to be tragic. You know, if a child injures or has a near drowning, they're going to end up in the hospital with possible brain damage and serious injuries that the family's going to have to deal with for a very long time.
With the Long Island Drowning Prevention Task Force, what's some of the major points and tools that we want our audience to know about? That right now, that they can, listening right now, watching, saying, what could I do? Give them a few basic ones that right now that it could help them right from their home and they could start today.
Well, first and foremost is obviously the adult supervision. Make sure that you assign a water watcher when you're around your pool, you're around any body of water. Make sure that you appoint somebody to have that responsibility. Not just randomly at a party, they're just kind of hanging out and they're watching. Make sure that that's their job, that they're watching that. A lot of people do not have the proper safety equipment, whether it's isolation fencing around the pool and a secondary fence around the pool. A lot of people have the fencing around the yard, but they don't have the secondary fencing around the pool. Making sure that you have shepherd's hook and personal flotation devices and the necessary equipment, the safety equipment that should be by your pool at all times. Interior door alarms 54 inches or higher, okay, and locks so that a child that's inside the house can't get outside the house and then get into the backyard pool without supervision. A lot of people don't have that.
How old should a child be, you know, to start getting swim lessons where it actually has an effect on them?
Well, here at Safety Swim, we actually recommend starting as young as 2 months old, all right, getting that child to be comfortable in the water, recognizing the water, and start those swimming lessons at that age. The American Academy of Pediatrics recognizes that children between the ages of 1 and 4 can receive benefit from a water safety program and swimming lessons by starting that young. So it's very, very important to start at a young age and capture those natural instincts that these kids have.
Now, what would get you to say, I think my children should have swim lessons, and let me get them started at 11 months old?
Absolutely. We don't have a pool, but I just needed peace of mind, and I thought that was one of the first skills that they should develop. If we went to a friend's house, if we went on vacation, or if we do eventually get a pool.
Andrew, why do you think it's important for your child to know at 4 years old, you know, poolside safety?
Because as much as we're with them, and I am with him all the time, he goes to friends' houses, he goes to school, and you can't be with him every second. So just that little added measure of safety feels good to know that he can get in and out of the pool if, God forbid, you know, we're not there to see him. Every summer you open the paper and you see tragedy after tragedy, and you know, you just don't want that to be your child. So you try and do what you can to improve upon what you can teach them and bring them here to learn the safety part of it.
Let me ask you, Bobby, the kid's walking on the side of the pool and all of a sudden falls into the pool. Can't swim. What goes on?
Well, first and foremost is, if you recognize that situation, is to extricate the child out of the pool as safe as you possibly can. Don't put yourself in harm's way. Activate the emergency response system, you know, the 911. If you do know CPR, start to perform CPR until the rescue people get there and take over for you. If you don't know CPR, they do recommend starting with compressions and staying with compressions solely until the rescue people get there.
Today you learned some wonderful tips and tools on taking the worry out of the pool. Take the worry, put it on the side. That fear level now can be gone, providing you have utilized the tools and tips that you've learned today. The main tip and tool is get some swim lessons for your child. Number 2, put a life ring right by the pool, the shepherd's hook. And remember, All tools that will help you prevent your child from having any kind of injury or danger in the pool is what's going to help you to have a wonderful, calming, and beautiful summer with your child. So remember, take the fear out, put the joy back in the pool, and keep your eyes on your child 24 hours a day when they're in there, and that'll give you the best safety net you could ever have. Happy summer.